Welcome to the guest list. I am now joined by Gail, editor of My Wedding Magazine. Welcome, Gail.
Thank you, Nikki. Nice to be here.
Well, it's lovely to have you here. And now this is something a little bit different because we've never had a wedding magazine on the show before.
We like setting trends.
Yes, and it is a beautiful, beautiful magazine because it's a little bit different to some of the other wedding magazines that are out there.
It's very different. It's kind of, we set out to be different. We didn't want to copy the mould of the standard wedding magazine format. We thought they were rather cluttered and unpretty. And a bride is going through one of the most tactile and experimental periods of her life. She wants beautiful things, and we decided to showcase that.
It's very much sort of like almost like a coffee table style book magazine.
It is.
Isn't it?
We specifically took off brides from the front cover, kept the covers very neutral. We find that they stay on coffee tables long after the wedding day, because after all, the wedding industry is an event industry.
Yes.
So we find that we're educating them into using the event industry for hubby's birthday parties, for the kids' birthday cakes, for corporate events that they may be working on in their business lives. And we find that because of the cover being non-obtrusive, the grooms are reading it. And they don't feel too girly with a bride on the front cover sort of thing. They can actually sit and read it quite comfortably.
I also love the idea that you are not alienating specific areas of the market, that you do cover same-sex weddings.
Oh yes, very definitely. It's actually quite a big part of what we do. And we find that the gay and lesbian market are very into beautiful things. They're very specific in what they want from a wedding, and the feedback we're getting from that market is incredible.
How long has the magazine been in existence?
We launched it 6 years ago nearly. It's just bordering on our 6th birthday, so we're very excited. It's gone through a few metamorphoses in that period, but we think we're on the right track at the moment, and looking forward to lots of exciting new things coming up.
Great. Now, what are the sorts of things that readers can expect from the magazine?
Every single issue is cram-packed, 150 odd pages worth of beautiful, beautiful things. The layout is clean, uncluttered. Every issue will feature everything from hair and makeup to the gowns and shoes, to real wedding stories, to destinations and venues both within New Zealand and offshore, because we look at a lot of destination weddings these days. We cover the honeymoon side of it. There's cuisine pages on food and drink, and not just for your wedding but for your romantic dinners for two at home. Lots of little different things, you know, and I think one of the most important differences between us and other magazines is that we haven't relied on journalists to put our columns together. These are not paid writers. These are industry professionals who we've brought on board. They know their stuff. This is what they do every single day, and they are using their knowledge to educate our readers into producing better weddings and better events.
That's a great point of difference.
It's a huge point of difference. Yeah, it's not just some journalist who's researched it on Google and put a column together.
Now, apart from the printed and digital versions, where can the readers actually get a copy?
Right, well, it's surprisingly they won't find it in the supermarket, and they won't find it at Paper Plus or Whitcoulls. What we've done is decided that a magazine is not good sitting on a shelf for months and months waiting for someone to read it. We have partnered with a lot of the wedding industry up and down the country. So if a bride is going into a show in one of the regions around the country, she's more than likely going to get one in a goodie bag if she's one of the first through the door. She may win a subscription through one of those shows. We also do partner with a lot of the wedding industry professionals who will put a free copy, the bride's first complimentary copy, into an information pack that they get. So for instance, if they're going to a wedding photographer, they may get an info pack to walk away with. My Wedding Magazine will be in that. If they go to a venue, chances are they're going to get a copy of that. And we find that because they've had a good look through it as a free $20 magazine that they're getting for nothing, love the magazine so much that we pick them up as either digital or print subscribers after that, because it's only $45 a year delivered to your door 4 times a year.
That's very good. So you're a quarterly magazine?
Yes, we come out quarterly, and we don't tend to follow seasons. So if a bride is planning a spring wedding but she's looking at magazines in October, don't panic about it. You know, every single issue is filled with things that you can translate to any season. Yes, in winter we do focus on snowy weddings, but it's not a big focus. We will still feature spring flowers, and we will still feature spring hairdos, because brides are planning weddings at all times of the year and also thinking about destination weddings where the weather might be totally different.
What is the best way for clients to get hold of it?
Well, we have an 0800 number, so that's 0800 214 879. Or just head to our website. Everything is up on the website. It's www.myweddingmag.co.nz. So another way that we find brides are actually quite interested in reading the magazine is digitally these days, obviously with iPads and smartphones. So we are probably one of the few magazines that has just about every platform covered, from iTunes Store, which covers your Apple product, to Android. If you're on a cruise liner in the middle of the Atlantic, you can probably read it on Press Reader. If UK and US brides are picking up through Barnes & Noble's Nook system, we have everything covered. And again, if they just head to our website, there's a subscribe page there where they can see all the platforms available.
That is fantastic.
And it's much cheaper than print because we don't have to ship it offshore.
Brilliant.
We also have a hugely interactive Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram. You'll find us on Pinterest.
Fantastic. Thank you, Gail.
You're welcome.
I have been talking to Gail, editor of My Wedding Magazine. I'm Nikki Lewis. Thank you for joining me here on the guest list. Don't forget, if you've missed any of our past episodes, you can visit our website or our Facebook page and catch up. And I will see you next time.